Hello, welcome back to Let's Play RiME. Hopefully, I've just solved this puzzle. The big door should open up now. I don't know how I'm going to get down. Question, truth be told. Oh, no, he's got an idea. Okay, cutscene. Like a puppy. I don't like, where do you place your attention? I'm trapped up here now? No? No? Because he was pressing down that button, which is now no longer pressed down. Meaning it's okay, I'll just try to backtrack and see if it solves itself for me. Anyways, I'll continue with the Japanese story I was talking about, where to summarize, or to no, it opened and then closes behind me. It stays open? Now I'm confused. Whatever. So Seed was initially planted playing my Nintendo 64, playing games like Super Mario 64, Mario Kart 64, Mario Party 2. Not Banjo-Kazooie. Banjo-Kazooie is rareware. Oh, you can do that. Excellent. There's something for you up there, by the looks of it. Also, being 8 years old, my older brother went to Japan on a school trip. And to be eligible for this school trip, you have to be studying Japanese in year 10. Oh, you're gonna light that up for me? I heard the frog.
Whoa.
You are useless? That's okay. That frog is really damn loud compared to virtually all the other sounds in this game. Not painfully loud, it's just uncannily or unnaturally loud for what it is. I don't want to jump down yet, because YOLO. Oh hey, yeah, look at that. This must be the second piece. The first piece I just forewent because, wow, no, that's the fourth piece. We must be already approaching, no, the third piece. We must be already approaching right towards the end of this particular chapter segment. That's cool, I'm happy. Is it up here? Yeah, wow, that's actually barely noticeable. I like that, that's subtle. Subtlety is good. You know what I might be required to do? I might be required to bring in an orb with me to get the filthy freaking Iron Giant to shout. Yeah, let's give that a go. So, 8 years old, my older brother goes on a Japan trip. I want to go as well, so I make it pretty much my... I pretty much just tell myself at that age that I will be sure to study Japanese come year 10 or year 11. Oh, damn it, I pressed the wrong button. Come year 10 or year 11 to specifically make sure that I go. Because the Japan trip only happens once every 2 years. So you'd either be in year 10 or year 11. Luckily for me, I would have been in year 10. It was timed so that I would have been 16 years old in year 10 to go to Japan. Problem was, in the end, Fukushima happened. And whilst that didn't really impact any areas that my school was going to go to, ultimately it was probably the right decision to, you know, cancel the trip at that point because there was an almost nuclear emergency. Have I been down there? So that's fair. Anyways, come year 9 was when I actually started, I happened to watch a number of documentaries on Japanese culture, specifically the low birth rate and some of the weird cultural idiosyncrasies in the culture, especially, you know, regarding pornography. I didn't realize there was a hole here. And that wasn't me being like all a hormonal 15-year-old. That was just me more so. I watched a number of documentaries, and for some reason there were a few based on Japan, and I thought, you know, if I have access to them, I'm gonna watch them. I used to watch a lot of documentaries. Amongst my favorites were the ones about the weather. The weather was no doubt some of the more interesting stuff. I love talking about the weather. This is probably, it might explain why I have such a fascination with the sky in video games and how well they are, like the rendition of the sky in video games. 16 years old is when I basically discovered, and keep in mind, part of the reason why I learned about Japanese culture was because I was studying Japanese up through to year 10. Thank you, good Iron Giant. What was I saying? Yeah, 16 years old, basically when I discovered YouTube and Chugga Conroy. And he was playing, when I started watching one of his ongoing current series was Okami, which is recently going to be released on the Nintendo Switch. And it looks to be like the ultimate version, given that it'll have both motion controls and touchscreen controls. And given the game's one of the main mechanics being painting with a brush, it looks quite promising. I recognize this area. So it looks like it's going to be the version to own. I haven't played the game, but you know, watching this game play is based on Japanese mythology, and so I had an introduction to Japanese mythology. And basically, by year 12 was when I learned that, oh yeah, there's a whole subset, a subculture of people who enjoy, essentially Japanophiles, who really like Japan. I thought, hey, you know what? I quite like Japan. I'm very interested in Japan. What are you up to? What are you doing? Oh, thank you. So I'm thinking, hey, this is interesting. Let me check these guys out. And it turns out, yeah, anime. Basically was the gist of it. Is these people who really, really enjoy anime. And I thought, oh, that, huh. Well, I was not aware. And especially with people, these people tend to be, you know, I can pick this up. I wonder what it'll do. Oh, smart. Oh no. Pussy. Ooh. No, get back here. Get back here. I've... You little shit. There's one thing I needed to check. Back, boy. And especially, it's something that kind of leaves my head, with the anime fandom. That kind of leaves me scratching my head. Hey, here, boy. Come here. Watch this. There was a door I was going to check. You little shit. Okay. Is that I've been told many times by the anime fandom that, you know, anime is a fairly big deal in Japan. And the issue I have with that is I'm not convinced that it is as big as these people say. Like, it's a really big cultural thing. And I mean, I've been to Japan now, and it seems, you know, not like what the anime fandom typically suspects it is like. It's definitely, you know, it's weird, definitely, but not, it's fairly normal. It's similar in ways which you wouldn't expect, but weird in ways which you also didn't expect, kind of thing. That's the same can be said about virtually every single culture or city in the world. It's like I don't necessarily. How would I phrase this? I know, for example, I've spoken to a friend about why he likes anime more so than, for example, just more traditional Western cartoons that are readily available to us. And he made some fairly strong arguments about it being specifically a more matured industry, and there's a lot more interesting stuff to be found in the anime circle of animation than what the traditional Western animation. That said, there's also, I think, a lot of trash. Anyway, I just kind of wish whenever this topic of discussion crops up, I'm often left wishing people would actually cite numbers and statistics when they say, oh yeah, anime is really big. Like, could you tell me what percentage of GDP is anime responsible for? Could you really, you know, is it a multi-million-dollar industry? Is it a multi-billion-dollar industry? Or is it just, I mean, compared to, say, cartoons, how does it rank there? Which I realize anime and cartoons are different, please don't kill me. But more specifically, you know, if, for example, in terms of revenue and GDP and those other kind of monetary measures, oh, we're back here. Hello. Right. What's going on? Okay. If, say, anime ranks lower than cartoons, then I guess that says something considerably negative about anime and exactly how big it is. Is it really as big as people say it is in the Japanese culture? This is cute. What is my purpose in life? You pass the butter. Oh my god. I don't watch Rick and Morty. So yeah, ultimately, because I often do ask this question to people who are maybe fans of anime and such. And I ask them, is anime really as big a deal in Japan as people say? And they're like, yeah, it is, absolutely. And I think, okay, I've been to Japan. If you go to places where, say, Akihabara, I say it with a weird emphasis in all the wrong places. Akiba, for short. They're sort of like the otaku capital of the world. It's, yeah, anime figurines everywhere. If you look for it, you'll find it. But that said, most of the time, it's just sort of, it's like a normal city. Be very, very afraid. You have been slain. Okay, so why? Okay, truth be told, this is too dark. I couldn't really see that. There wasn't a ledge. Oh, there was a ledge. So what was this? Was this like the first piece instead? No, this is the fourth and final piece. Radio, meaning we must be approaching the end of this chapter. That's fine. I should honestly try and see what happens should I collect all the pieces all at once. Just give me a moment. Mr. Iron Giant, I'll collect it. So yeah, that's basically my poorly thought out 2 cents about anime. Because I know I'm always a little bit doubtful when people say, yeah, it's a big thing culturally. And I mean, I don't think, because keep in mind, my interest in Japan develops from a really kind of a different perspective. The seed was absolutely, it was video games. That was the seed. But the kind of the continued development came from a more academic standpoint. So seeing a lot of that, a large group of people think that anime specifically is huge, when I kind of, my interest developed from elsewhere, learning that and I took interest in other parts of the culture and other parts of important things, in other parts of the culture which are important to Japan. I'm sort of left doubtful as to those claims. You know, and speaking of Japan, oftentimes whenever people speak of Japan, there's always first off, the Japanese economy is weird. And it's weird in this day and age. I don't think its currency is currently in depreciation, but it's down there. It's not. You might think that inflation is bad. Typically, uh-oh, my game's frozen. Okay, phew. It's stuttering. This isn't good portent. Oh, game. Game. Okay, we're back to normal. Oh, you are the Messiah. I see. No, you are the Connor. No. Was that Detroit Become Human? Was the Messiah figure in that game? The idiot. What is his name? He's on the cover. Oh well, it doesn't matter. So Japan's economy is weird. You might think inflation is strictly a bad thing, especially when you think back to things like the Great Depression and hyperinflation. It's, truth be told, you'd rather have. I can't. My game. Hello? Oh my god. It says I'm getting 37 frames on the bottom. Let me... Did you see that freeze frame of his face? Okay, phew. Let's continue walking. It might have been because I was holding an orb that I wasn't meant to. A little bit of inflation is preferred. Something like 2 to 3%. Specifically because it gives you a lot of wiggle room, truth be told. It gives you wiggle room for your monetary policies. Because if you have depreciation, eventually if you hit something like say 3% depreciation, oh, you're gonna cry. Let me pay attention to this first. Okay, game, I cannot have you freezing like this on me. Oh, you're riding now instead of going to solve. Okay, no, that's fine. I understand. You're going through a really hard time. You're a machine. Do as I say. Haven't you read iRobot? Allow me to alt tab for a moment, and let me see if I can check what's going on here. You know, my CPU's at 75%, 70%, 60% now. It's kind of winding. Something was happening in the background just now. Anyways, you're probably seeing my mouse moving around. Oh, let's get back to this. Awesome. Yeah, having a look. Oh god, the game. I might have to restart this between episodes because we're approaching the 20-minute mark. A little bit of inflation is good because it gives you some wiggle room for monetary policy. If you hit about 3% depreciation, that's when you're in huge trouble because suddenly monetary policy kind of just falls completely apart. And when I say monetary policy, I'm more or less talking about the central banks setting and the setting of interest rates and the likes. Okay, this is cool. We'll do this for now. Oh, what's going on? So, yeah, now that I'm speaking about Japan and things like the low birth rate, oftentimes whenever that gets brought up, and there are lots of couch experts who sit up and start talking about, oh, well, yeah, it's because of X, Y, and Z. And, I mean, I'd rather hear it from some kind of an expert. No offense meant. Just something I think I'd rather hear a professional's opinion on, not somebody on Reddit. But one of the things I often see about this issue is that it's always phrased from a male perspective, which kind of strikes me as a little bit strange because, well, you know, when it comes to, oh, hey, doggy, I see you up there. Don't quit barking. Because I think it's strange because, you know, when it comes to, you know, creating babies, it takes two to tango, so to speak. So surely I think, why is it always being focused on the male's half of things with, you know, insanely high work hours and requiring an insane work ethic, but also the expectation that you have to be a family man and you have to be a hardworking, so you have to be a good husband but also working. Yeah, okay, sure. But what about the woman's side of things? Surely something's happening on their part of the equation as well, right? I mean, like, surely they have... Yeah, sorry, Mr. Foxman, I'm trying to work it out. Surely that they have their own issues? Like, are they struggling with maybe the cultural ideals for women, and maybe they're kind of perhaps, what is it, fighting against it? Is there more? There's got to be more, right? I haven't been here, right? I don't know why. I just kept ignoring this half of the screen. Oh, hello. You might need to be awoken. You all might need to be awoken. I wonder if I require you to all be woken up at the same time using my own bipod. Dog, shut up. So yeah, I mean, do women? And don't tell me that it's, oh yeah, there is an aspect where it's simply they don't have time. Well, truth be told, isn't that true of the men as well? They're not having real family. They're not having families because it takes up time as well, right? I don't know. It seems like a very multifaceted issue which I'm not really equipped to handle, and neither are most people on the internet. I'm reaching out hoping that maybe there's somebody out there who knows something and could enlighten me to it. I can't climb up that. Those are curved stairs, and I think likewise those. Okay, bringing this back to the game. I'm just a little bit confused as to how I'm meant to get up onto this ridge, and I'm about to sneeze. Told you so. Told you so. You know, I think that's going to bring this episode to a close. So hey, thanks for watching. I do appreciate your viewership. Stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more RiME coming in the future, but until then, hope to see you later. Bye.